This video is the graduation ceremony of the Pandavas and Kavravas. To quickly recap, in the last video, we covered the story of Eklavya. During the end of training, in one incident, Dronacharya calls Duryodhan by his side and asked him to go out into the world and find out a good man and bring him back to the school. Similarly, he summoned Yudhishthir and told him to find out a bad man and bring him to the school. After searching for a full day, Duryodhan returns without finding anyone that was good. Yudhishthir, on the other hand, comes and reports that there was no bad man in the world. How could this happen? Both the princes belonged to the same royal family. They received same training from the same teacher. They searched in the same world. The former could not spot out a single good man, while the latter could not come by a single bad man. Think, where does good and evil really exist? I believe they are enshrined in the man's mind. The bad at heart see evil everywhere, the good at heart see good everywhere. One sees the world according to one's attainments and dispositions. The training was now over. Dronacharya wanted to conduct a tournament to display the skills of his students. Shakuni advises Dhritarashtra that having a competition might be even more fun. His intention was to make the Pandavas and Kauravas fight in that competition. Bhishma and Vidura sensed Shakuni's evil intention and were reluctant to approve this competition. Dhritarashtra thought this was a great opportunity for his son Duryodhan to showcase his might over the Pandavas in a public competition. So Dhritarashtra approves the idea and Bhishma reluctantly agrees as it was the king's order. A huge stadium was erected very quickly. Many people came from the kingdom. The royal family was seated in the gallery, and the citizens occupied the rest of the stadium. Dronacharya, Kripacharya, and Ashwatthama entered the stage first. They were duly honored by the king. The scene was very spectacular. The princes were presented one after the other on the stage. They paid homage to their guru and played feats of valor with the weapons of warfare prevalent in those days. It was an amazing exhibition. The mace duel between Duryodhan and Bhima was exciting to one and all. They displayed their proficiency with ease and dexterity. There was a possibility of the sport developing into a strife. Dronacharya notices this. He stepped in and departed the two vehement participants. The proceedings were all explained by Vidur to the blind king Dhritarashtra and by Kunti to the blindfolded queen Gandhari. Drona was delighted to present Arjuna on the arena last of all. He demonstrated his mastery in archery. Cheering him was at the climax. When Vidura explained the cause of the uproar to Dhritarashtra, he became jealous of his nephew, but he made a show of admiring him. Arjuna was admittedly the hero of the tournament. The Kauravas were envious for Arjuna had outshone everyone and was clearly the favorite of the people. Suddenly, there entered in the tournament another archer. On his chest dazzled a brilliant armor, and on his ears were radiant jewels. Identifying himself as Karna, he declared, I can do all that Arjuna can, and even more. Drona asked him to prove it. Karna performed all of Arjuna's feats and surpassed in each of them, earning greater adulation of the crowds. The Pandavas, who were until then were the center of attraction, now felt small and neglected. Suddenly, Adirath, who was the chief charioteer to Bhishma, ran into the arena and hugged Karna. My son, you have done me proud. Let's leave from here. This is not for us. Bhima got furious. He said, You, a son of a charioteer, how dare you challenge Kshatriyas in archery tournament? Listen to your father, because he knows charioteer's son don't have the power to fight. And go about your job with a whip in your hand. You are too insignificant to be defeated by Arjuna. Karna did not know what to say. The cruel words of Bhima stung him. Karna's face fell. In silence, he looked at the sun, for that was the god he worshipped. But he did not know that that was also his father. Kunti alone knew it. Duryodhan comes to Karna's rescue. He said, Surely merit matters more than birth. I think Karna is a Kshatriya by merit, and let's treat him also as one. To that Yudhishthir said, No. Dharma states that a man should be what his father is. Karna's father is a charioteer. He cannot therefore be a Kshatriya. Karna swallowed his pride and kept quiet. Duryodhan continues. He places his hand around Karna and says, This man is a great archer. I will not let him be insulted. I take him as my friend, closer to my heart than my brothers. He who insults him would insult me. Turning to his father, he said, Father, if you declare him as a warlord, no one will insult him. Dhritarashtra, who could never deny his son anything, agreed to make Karna a warlord, the king of Anga. Karna felt a lump in his throat. No one had ever come to his defense thus. He felt eternally obliged to Duryodhan. Right there, he swore that he would be the friend of Kauravas till the day he died. Bhishma sensed the family feud was becoming a public spectacle. He was embarrassed that his grandnephews abused each other over Karna. Kunti had fainted seeing Karna fighting Arjuna. Taking the advantage of this moment, Bhishma declared the tournament to be formally closed and ordered the princes to return to the palace. The sun set in the west, quite pleased with his son's achievements. The dispensing crowd commended the deeds of the newcomer so much that the early elegant performance of Arjuna was almost forgotten. Drona wanted to showcase Arjuna as the champion, but it didn't happen. What do you think was Duryodhana's action, and what do you think about it? Do you think he's using Karna by making him his friend? Or was he genuinely admiring him? I think Duryodhan was purely making friendship with Karna so as to have a strong archer on his side, like the Pandavas had Arjuna on their side. We will see in the later videos how Karna's friendship with Duryodhan eventually ruins his destiny. Also, remember the insight shared earlier in this video about existence of good and evil? They are all in our mind. The bad at heart see evil everywhere. The good at heart see good everywhere. One sees the world according to one's attainments and disposition. In the next video, we will cover how Pandavas and Kauravas give their Guru Dakshina to their Guru Dronacharya. Thank you for watching.